Hi, my name is Kristal Allen, and this is my informative speech. These are my note cards. All right. Did any of you know that one of the top 5 homes in the country is right here in Las Vegas? According to the official website of Casa de Shenandoah, CBS News listed the home as one of the top 5 in the nation in 2008, right alongside the White House. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Casa de Shenandoah, it's the home of Wayne Newton's family for over 40 years, and it now operates as a museum with tours given daily, sometimes by Mr. Wayne Newton himself. Just as iconic as Wayne Newton, Casa de Shenandoah is a Las Vegas landmark with a rich history in its making, an Arabian horse and animal facility, and a museum. Before it was a landmark, it was the home of Wayne Newton and his family. According to the Casa de Shenandoah website, the original parcel of land was purchased by the Newton family in 1966. It was only bought as 5 acres of land. Las Vegas was relatively small and still growing, so the land was bought quote-unquote raw, meaning that there was no water or electricity available. He originally lived in the parcel with both of his parents and his older brother. Over the course of the next 6 years, he acquired the rest of the acreage around the original parcel. As it stands now, Casa de Shenandoah spans 52 square acres. During the construction of the property, the developers found water underneath the ground, which they then used for the property and created a lot of the beautiful water effects that you can see around the estate. In 2013, the Las Vegas Sun reported that Mr. Newton and his family had plans to move out of the estate into a separate home, with plans to sell the property to a corporation he had formed and build it into a museum. The same article goes on to report that the corporation was going through a bankruptcy, so the museum was put on hold while the corporation restructured. The Las Vegas Review-Journal reported that in 2013, a court had approved the restructuring and the museum was back on track to be made. In a press release by Shenandoah website, the estate opened to the public September 18th, 2015. As you can tell, that Casa de Shenandoah has had a long history. It also has many offerings. One of those many offerings are all the animals on the estate. Casa de Shenandoah is an Arabian horse breeding facility and also showcases many different animals. According to the Casa de Shenandoah website, there's an active Arabian horse breeding facility on the property. It consists of 2 barns, which are split into 60 stalls, which at this time house about 60 purebred Arabian horses. Mr. Newton gave an interview to Vegas magazine in 2012, stating that he likes to quote-unquote foal each mare, meaning that he likes to be there for the birth of every new mare on the property. He goes on in the same interview to describe that he usually breeds between 4 to 6 foals each year. They've also won many awards, both Mr. Newton as well as his horses. All the way back in 1996, the Las Vegas Sun reported that Mr. Newton was awarded Breeder of the Year by the Arabian Professional and Amateur Horsemen's Association. In the previously mentioned Vegas magazine from 2012, it was also reported that he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Arabian Horse Breeders Alliance. He gave an interview to Tulsa World back in 2014 that over the course of the history of the estate, he's bred 96 champion horses. While clearly he has a love and affinity for the Arabian horses, there's also other animals you can see on the property. The Casa de Shenandoah website boasts about an exhibit they have titled the Exotic Animals Exhibit. One of the main attractions of that exhibit is Mr. Newton's capuchin monkey named Boo. There's also Charlie and his pals that swim around the property. Charlie is a South African penguin, and South African penguins are very accustomed to warm temperatures like this in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Review-Journal in 2015 also reported that other animals you can visit on the property are various sorts of tropical birds. He has many peacocks, as well as a unique white peacock, and wallabies as well. While Casa de Shenandoah is home to many animals, and it's not the only thing that you'll see when you visit the estate. There's also a full-blown museum. Shenandoah has a wide variety of antique art and furniture, a car collection, and memorabilia. In 2015, the Las Vegas Review-Journal reported about how Mr. Newton had put his own personal memorabilia collection on display in Casa de Shenandoah. One of his most special pieces was an antique microphone that was gifted to him by crooner Frank Sinatra. The official website also goes on to talk about how he has many props and items from movies such as The Hustler and On Golden Pond. He also put a lot of his costumes on display, with many of which span decades throughout his career. Some of the earlier costumes are actually handmade by his mother. Inside the mansion and the living spaces, there's a bunch of antique furniture and artwork. The living spaces were furniture that were previously owned by King Louis XV as well as King Louis XVI. Many of the bedrooms have beds and bedroom furniture from 16th century German castles, many of which were created out of bronze and crystal. While the home is filled with a lot of artwork, two of his most notable pieces are from Impressionist artist Renoir. In 2015, an LA Times article reported about a especially unique antique that only Wayne Newton has. It's an 18th century piano that was actually used in the World's Fair in Paris, France at the time. Lastly, the museum is home to his own personal car collection. The same LA Times article goes on to report about how he has 13 cars in his collection. 2 of those are one of a kind, and you can only find them at Shenandoah. They include a 1934 Rolls-Royce as well as a 1983 Mercedes-Benz. He also has a lot of celebrity cars that he's acquired, many of which are from celebrities such as Johnny Cash, Liberace, and Steve McQueen. So as you can tell, Casa de Shenandoah has a lot to offer. Between its history, its Arabian horses, the animals, and the museum, there's a lot that you can do and experience and see when you visit the estate. It's a place that I'm sure many of you have passed by numerous times. From its humble exterior, on the interior through those gates, leads a beautiful estate and mansion. So, as in the words of Wayne Newton himself, I'd like to tell you all today, Danke schön, which means thank you very much. Thank you.